Hello everyone. Hi, how are you? This is Kei. Alright, make sure that the microphone's on today. Yeah, looks like it is. So, I hope you can hear my voice. Alright, how are you today? Today is 20th of April on Thursday. So, I hope you're all doing well. So, yeah, today let me just screen charts, discuss markets, and see what's happening. So let me switch screen and start to say hi to everyone today. Alright, Reza, good to see you. Thank you very much for joining. Sorry, hold on, let me move this one to here, up here. Okay, and Elio, good to see you. Thank you very much. Also, TikTok, Alex, good to see you. Kent, thanks for joining. Nico, good to see you. Good morning. And James, good to see you. Alright, Mad, good to see you too. Thank you very much for joining. And Tan, good to see you. Alright, and Sai, good to see you too. Thank you very much for joining. Yeah, it's hard to follow trends. That's right, that's right. Market's spiky, so we just have to be patient until we see the next big trends. Yeah, but don't stop screen charts. We have to check charts every day because we never know when the next new big trends can happen. Okay, Win, good to see you. Alright, and Robert, good to see you too. Thank you very much everyone. So let me start to see some charts. So this is 6 p.m. in Dubai time, which is 2 p.m. in UTC time zone. So let's see. So first, let me screen charts quickly. I did screen charts a couple of hours ago. So this is my third time screening charts today. But let me see if I can find some interesting markets. I will just see charts, check charts, and share my impressions. Euro USD is having a nice N waves consecutive. So this market is definitely bullish. I think the market goes up this way. And now we have an inside bar. This is on a daily time frame. There's an inside. So if the market breaks the inside, which is over here, 1.1001, then uptrend can happen and the market may break that resistances. So I will be waiting for that to happen within today or tomorrow. Okay, Euro AUD is retracing today. It may retrace to Kijun Sen, but this pair also is having a nice N waves consecutive. This week has been ranging, but it may be resisted by the previous, it may be supported by the previous resistances. So this N wave can be continuous uptrend. So that's what I expect to happen. Now today is retracing, so today no action. I wait for the bullishness to happen and wait for a buying entry chance. Okay, Euro JPY has been nicely bullish. Today happened to be retracing, but overall, ever since 6th of April, it has been bullish. So I hope you capture some nice pips on Euro JPY, or some other JPY pairs has been bullish too. So, and Euro Pound is ranging, Kumo flat, Kijun Sen flat, Chikou span touching, so no direction at the moment. And Euro CAD is about to break that resistance also, here on 1.4807. So when that happens, this level is actually the neckline of a W bottom here. So I think once it breaks that level, the market goes up. So waiting for that to happen. And Euro Swiss franc is bearish today. It's breaking the support. So once it does, I think the market goes down to the support, which is 0.9706. So my view on this one is downtrend, bearish this moment. Yeah, and USDJPY, Oh yeah, USDJPY is technically bullish, but it's not that strong. Kumo breakout happened, but yeah, everything else is range. Chikou span still very close, so it may retrace. So I think USDJPY maybe no trace. Okay, hello everyone, good to see you again. Thank you very much for joining. So anyone trading today, right now? Anyone in positions? Okay, let me say hi also. Alright, Moses, good to see you. Aaron, Blair, good to see you. Okay, Bitcoin, let me check later. Alright, Homan and John, good to see you. Derek also, thank you very much for joining. Good to see you. Yeah, so I think we can find some opportunities on the JPY pairs. So here's pound JPY. This pair is also bullish above the Tenkan-sen. So today is retracing, ranging, but tomorrow or next week may be bullish still. So I continue to look for the buying opportunity, and the target is 169.26 as I mentioned yesterday. So let me mark the ones that I think it's good. So Euro JPY is nice, it's bullish, and not the USD JPY. But Pound JPY is also bullish nicely. It broke the resistances too. So I think this week, next week may be bullish continuously. Let's see. Pound CAD is it's still a range overall. For the last 3 days it's been bullish, but overall still ups and downs. So no direction, and Kumo flat, and also Chikou span very close, and Tenkan-sen, Kijun-sen dead cross happen. So this is range. The candlestick may be bearish anytime soon on this one. So let me continue to check some best pairs to trade. Yeah, looks like the other pairs are all range. Okay, AUDJPY also looks good. Yeah, AUDJPY, it broke the Kumo on the daily and also the previous resistance yesterday clearly. So today is bullish. Yeah, I think we can look for some entry chance on the AUDJPY. So let me check the lower time frame after I screen other pairs. So that's usually what I do. Before I jump into the lower time frames to look for opportunities, I make sure to check other pairs because we may see better pairs to trade. So AD Swiss franc is now retracing, ranging, but overall still downtrend. And CAD JPY today is retracing. CAD Swiss franc is bearish, but still waiting for the break of the support. And finally, Swiss franc JPY is also bullish. Yeah, so I think today, right now, at this moment, at 2 p.m. UTC, looks like AUDJPY and Swiss franc JPY are looking good for now. Yeah. So then, let me also check the Bitcoin. And then I will check gold also. Okay, BTC USD, as I mentioned before, the market has been supported by the trend line. There is a once, twice, and 3 times support. And today is doji because it's on the Kijun Sen, on the trend line, and also on the previous resistance. So let's see if it will be supported by the previous resistances and the trend line. If not, then I think it goes down to Kumo. So that's about the price actions. In terms of Ichimoku, it's flat. So the market can go up and down 50-50%. So in this case, we can't trade by the Ichimoku. We have to look at the price actions and lines and see how the market will be moving today or in near future. Yeah, so that's a Bitcoin. And also, let me check gold. I'm still waiting for the time to buy gold, but still not the best timing to trade yet. In terms of the market, this week has been ranging still. Overall, still bullish, but after the market broke the Tenkan-sen, for the last 4 days, it has been ranging here. So the best scenario is to wait for the daily Tenkan-sen breakout. And if I see uptrend in the lower time frames, like the 4 hour, or maybe even 1 hour, then I can follow. But for now, this has been ranging the prices on the Tenkan-sen now, so it may retrace, or it may be a bit spiky in the lower time frames. So maybe not yet. So for now, I think I'll focus on the Forex pairs. Okay, so alright, let me check some comments. Okay, Reza, he says, based on the KTS strategy, which strategy is better for exiting the market in a shorter time frame? Which strategy? I mean, I have my own strategy for the exit timing. So simply when you see some invalidations, then that's when you exit. For example, like double top neckline breakout, or dead cross stochastic, or bands walk against major direction. With any combinations, if you see the potential reverse confirmation, that's when I usually exit the market. So yeah, because when it comes to entry, then I do look at the higher and the mid time frames, and then look for entry chance on 5 minute usually, based on these confirmations. But when it comes to exit timing, I simply look at M5 and decide where to exit. So yeah, that's how I exit my trades. Yeah. So to make the long story short, if you see some reverse confirmations, reverse patterns on M5, then you have to exit, because as you may know, the new trend starts from the lower time frames. So if you see this potential reverse pattern in lower time frames, then 1 hour maybe flatten down, and then daily also maybe flat and down. So that's how you can exit the market. Okay, waiting for EU GU breaks. Okay, I just entered long on pound USD. Okay, pound USD, let me check again. Okay, pound USD is today's bullish. It has been a bit ranging in the price actions, but for the last 3 days has been bullish. So yeah, I think the initial target, if you buy now, will be on 1.2545. Yeah. But in this case, I can kind of feel that it may take long to hit that level, because overall the price action has been ranging. Kumo looks okay. Kumo is bullish. Kijun Sen is up on the daily. Chikou span above candles, so that's bullish. But if I look at this price action, it's been a bit ranging, ups and downs. So but yeah, last time from here, from this bottom, the market went up and reached to the high in 4 days. And so far it has been 4 days, but it's still halfway to the resistance. So that means the strength of this uptrend is like half of the strength on the previous uptrend. So that means it may take another 4 days, 3 or 4 days, until it reaches that resistance in this momentum. But if you already bought it, then you can just keep holding and see if it reaches there. Yeah, that will be a bit for the long term. Okay, Herman says, I bought a Swiss franc JPY on Asian session but closed with a small loss. Okay. Yeah, Swiss franc JPY is bullish today. So I think there was a big spike maybe in the 5-minute or lower time frames, and that's why maybe you exited the trade. But let me start to check this one first. Swiss franc JPY. Daily is bullish, above Tenkan Sen. And 4 hour is also bullish, above Tenkan Sen. 4 hour also shows a nice N waves. So this is, I think it's bullish. I think the last wave is I wave. So I see this as N wave, like in this pattern. So it's bullish now. And also in the 4 hour, there were 2 dojis. And the doji, if the market breaks a doji support here, which is 149.97, then usually the market starts to reverse. And this is called the doji reverse pattern. So if you buy now, then I would exit once the market breaks 149.97. So that will be the strategy. And this level is also the previous resistance. So for sure that will be your exit place. So like this, I check the price actions and decided when to exit the trade. And that's more important. That's much more important than looking forward to enter the trades. Yeah, and then let's see, 1 hour is it's been retracing today, and I can see that lots of long wicks in 1 hour. 2 hours ago, there was a big candlestick, and okay, this is only 42 pips, so it's not that bad. It's not that bad. Yeah, I thought if this were like 60 pips, 70 pips in one single candlestick in 1 hour, then this is too spiky. But yeah, 42 pips in one single candlestick is acceptable in this particular pair. So, and then I can see that the market has been supported by the Kijun Sen once, twice, 3 times before. So as I mentioned before, I think it's reasonable to exit the trade once it breaks 149.97. Yeah. And Kijun Sen is up, Kumo's up now, so this is still bullish. This uptrend can be continuous this way. But the most recent 1 hour candlestick, which has been forming for the last about 20 minutes, has been bearish like this. So that means the market may retrace. So I would prefer to wait for the bullish candlestick to appear, or wait and see how this candlestick is going to close. If it closes with a bullish bar, then that means buyers are still strong within 1 hour. So we have a high probability that the market breaks the resistance and goes up. But if this one closes with the bearish bar, especially if it closes below the previous doji, like this, then from next candlestick, it may be bearish. So that will be not a good timing to enter trade. Yeah, so that's also something I notice right now. And also one more thing is that the market is now on the previous resistance too. So that means we have to wait and see if the price will be supported and goes up from here or not. Yeah, so in this case I prefer to wait for the next 40 minutes or so, or 45 minutes, and see if it goes up or not. Yeah, so that's the Swiss franc JPY. But yeah, as Homa mentioned, there are so many big spikes today. I think you may exit the trade maybe here on this long wick down. And then the market just took off bullish. So yeah, that's what I would also think about. Okay, before I move on, let me check news. See if there's a big news ahead. Okay, let me see. So today, okay, in about 1 hour, there will be a news in Canada. There is a BOC's Governor Macklem speech. So yeah, so we have to keep that in mind. If that's coming close, then we shouldn't take trade. This is the news in Canada, but it may affect any markets. So yeah, in this case, I just keep in mind that there's a big news in about 1 hour and 10 minutes or so. Yeah, so check the news website is also important. Let's come back to this chart by the end of today's live stream and see how it closes. So we'll come back to Swiss franc JPY. Okay, good to see you everyone. Thank you very much for joining. Nico says, today during London session there was no clear trend direction for M5 scalping. Okay, so even the lower time frames, you say there is no clear trends. So yeah, looks like today has been really spiky. Yeah, right, Blair, you're welcome. All right, good to see you. All right, Marble, thanks for joining as well. Good to see you, and thank you so much for your comment. All right, Ken Lee, good to see you, and Retina, you're welcome. Okay, Nazmus, thank you very much for joining too. He says, learning so much here, good to find you today. Oh, thank you very much for finding me today. Yeah, I try to share whatever I see in the market so that I can really explain and share what I see and how I analyze the markets. And this is live stream, so it's nice to review the live markets and share how I see the market's trends and so on. Yeah, and that's why I do lives in my YouTube. Sometimes when I can't do the live stream or when I'm off, then I upload a video usually, but otherwise I prefer to do live so that I can explain the markets real time. Yeah, and it's important not to see the future markets. Like for example, sometimes people just go back bar replay and maybe talk about the, let's say, Tenkan-sen breakout or something here, and like this, and then you move the candles and the market just goes and goes up, and yeah, so maybe somebody might say that, like this example, Tenkan-sen breakout strategy works, but you may not sure in the future. So that's why it's really important, yeah, to not to see in the future markets, but still be able to analyze and also create the future scenarios like in this example. Okay, John says, how would you enter a position when looking at AUDUSD? Okay, narrow Kumo on H1 M30 for the AUDUSD 4 hour could potentially reach its resistance. Okay, let me check AUDUSD. AUDUSD daily chart. The price is exactly in the Kumo. So yeah, in this case, most likely I won't trade its range. And let me check 4 hour. And 4 hour is also okay, it broke the resistance of the W bottom. So this is a bullish confirmation from the price action. Yeah, but I think this market is still range because Kijun Sen flat, Tenkan Sen below Kijun Sen in H4, and Chikou span touching. So in this example, I'm not gonna trade. but rather I prefer to trade AUDJPY. This pair is much better than AUD/USD. Yeah, so I eventually select one pair to trade. But before I select, I check all the pairs on my watch list and then compare what's happening with the Ichimoku 5 lines and the price actions and lines, and eventually select one to take trade. Okay, Nazmus, how old are you? Oh, I'm 41. I just turned 41 in January, so time flies. It's been 10 years. This is my 10th year of full-time trade, so time flies too. To be honest, I never expected that I will be trading that long, but it happens to be like this. So yeah, sometimes I thought of quitting the trade because there's no excitement anymore. Whether I make a loss or profits, I kind of lose the excitement. So sometimes, before I thought of quitting the trade and maybe do something else, but then I simply don't quit. Yeah, I have to find some excitement on something else besides trading, and that's part of the reasons why I started to do YouTube. Yeah, because this is like my hobby, so yeah, why not sharing how I see markets and what I know about Ichimoku and also about the markets. But yeah, that's a long journey anyways. Okay, Robert says, I also opened a long Swiss franc JPY. Okay, yeah, let's see how it goes. But when you open markets through my YouTube, please read the disclaimer. And this is only for the educational purposes, please. But yeah, we'll see. And also, let me check the AUDJPY. AUDJPY looks very good because this is up now. And yeah, again, daily chart broke the Kumo, broke the resistances. It's really nice uptrend. And then 4 hour is also bullish. Kumo again, Kumo shape is looking really nice. Kijun Sen, Tenkan Sen are all both up, and Chikou span above candles, but it's not too far from the candles. So this is not overbought. So that's nice bullish trend. And also there is a beautiful N waves, consecutive N waves. So this is also a nice pattern to buy. And so this is not overbought. This is a decent uptrend, decent and stable uptrend. So let me check also 1 hour to further analyze the market. Okay, when I see 1 hour, then I can see that there is a bit spikiness. I see wicks up and down in 1 hour candles. So that means if I buy now, then it may have some spikes. But if we do trade with a decent risk management, then that should be fine. The market broke the resistance, so it's not bullish. The only concern in this case is that the Tenkan-sen, Kijun-sen are together. Tenkan-sen, Kijun-sen, the green and blue are exactly the same altitude. So that means this is overbought. It's overbought in only the short term, in the mid term, so it's okay. However, it may retrace a little bit and then be bullish. So in this case, I just be careful to see if the market won't retrace. Yeah, and then what I usually do is I check the 5 minute and I use the Bollinger Bands and Stochastic to enter trade. Okay, so now it broke that resistances and let me see, let me check. Okay, so here, this drop was very significant because it broke the previous support. So before this big drop, this was an N wave bullish, which shows a nice and stable uptrend. But this big downtrend broke the previous support, but it didn't break the swing low on M5, and then start to go up, and we have a new N wave bullish. So yeah, I can see that this is a nice uptrend. This is a nice and stable uptrend, and I think it goes up continuously this way. Yeah, so if I buy now, then I also think about the stop loss. So let me just do step by step. If I decide to buy now, then I use this date range. Hold on, let me put this one up here. I use the date range, price range, and I drag it to here on the open price on the price as of now, and then I drag it down to the most recent low on M5, and the most recent low is found to be 25 pips down. So that's one of the places where I might put the stop loss. So let's say I buy here now, then that will be, I will be taking most likely 25 pips of stop loss. Or the second option is I put the stop loss down here on this swing low on M5. And that will be, let me see how many pips, that will be 45 pips of stop loss. So in this example, I would take the stop loss of 45 pips because I just wanted to be safer. Because of this spiky market, there was a big I wave down, and yeah, it's like it's a nice N wave, but once it breaks the support, this might be a fake breakout. Just like before, there was an N wave bullish, and then it broke the support. So let's say if you enter buy here, and you keep holding, and let's say you see the breakout on the previous support and exit it, then the market just went up without your positions. So patterns may repeat over time. So in that reason, in this case, the price may retrace, it may break the support, but it may be a fake breakout and then goes up again. Yeah, because of this spiky market, I would prefer to take the 45 pips for the stop loss and buy right now. So this is how I create the scenarios. And as you may know, if you follow me for a long time, then you know I'm taking 2% to stop loss. 2% of my whole account in my Forex account. 2% to stop loss. So that means if the market goes down and then touch stop loss, I lose 2% of what I have in my Forex account. So that's how I would plan the scenario. So when I buy or whenever I take trades, I don't really think too much about making profits, but my main focus is the risk side. I always think about how much risk I'm taking and where will be the exit timing most likely, and how I would monitor chart and see how I move the stop losses too along the way up if the market goes my direction. So yeah, usually when people tend to suffer from trading and get frustrated because usually when you buy, you only expect the market goes towards your direction based on whatever confirmations you take. But I think this is also psychological thing, but if you think about the other side, which is the losing side, then I think it's really easier, I think, to manage the losses, because you're expecting some losses and then take trades. So maybe expect may not be the right word to use, but at least that's how I think about the trades. So every time I enter trades, I only think about the exit scenario with a loss, and I don't really think about the market goes towards my direction. And with this risk management, I make profits more than I lose over time. So I just thought that this is an important concept, and that's why I just shared it today. But I think this pair is good, AUDJPY. This is called band walking. I use the Bollinger Bands, and when you see the price has been moving up between deviations 1 and 2 of the Bollinger Bands, that means this market is really trending up nicely. So it's time efficient. So yeah, time efficiency is also what I value very much. Once I enter trade, then possibly I want the market to go towards my direction and set the break-even line quickly. And band walking is one of the things I like, because this showing the strong bullishness. Just like before, here was band walking, and this part was also band walking. So when it happens, then the market tends to go up and up this way. Especially right now, since we already see higher time frames are bullish, like daily 4 hour and 1 hour, and maybe M30 are also all bullish. And M5, it should go up, right? It should go up. And when you see band walking like this, it can go up very fast because it's on the streamline of the 5-minute trends. So that's why I like this band walking to save time to make profits. So that's what I use, one of my confirmations. And also I use the stochastic gold cross is happening. So I do take gold cross to buy too. So like this, I use Bollinger Bands, stochastic, and price actions and lines, and build up my confirmations and decide exactly when to buy or not to take trades. So that's how I think about the trades. But again, there will be a big news in Canada in about 52 minutes. So I'm not gonna go in right now, because most likely I won't be able to set the break even within 52 minutes. Usually when there's a big news like this, then market tends to be quiet. So you may not be able to make big profits before the news. So for now, and also I'm in the live stream, so my psychology may be different from when I take trades myself. So with that risk management, I'm not gonna go in right now, but let's see. Okay, so now let me come back to some comments. Again, thank you very much for joining. Today we're seeing some nice entry discussion on the AUDJPY and also psychologies behind. Okay, let me see. Juan, good to see you. Thank you very much for joining from Colombia. Rajesh, good to see you. Blair, thank you for reminder. The like button. Thank you very much. Okay. Yeah, M5 looks a nice uptrend. That's right. Just like we discussed earlier. Right. Do trade in news time? No, I don't. So again, right now the news is coming up in 50 minutes, so I don't trade. Because what may happen in the news is that this news may affect this market, may not, we never know. Usually this is the news in Canada, and AUDJPY may not be affected, but currency pair, as a currency pair, it may not be affected, but CAD and JPY or AUD sometimes go together. So let's say if this speech happens and if there's something positive about the speech, then either AUD or JPY may be bought together with the CAD, and it's kind of unexpected which way the market moves. So yeah, because of the correlation between CAD and AUD and CAD and JPY, I prefer to avoid trading just in case. It may not directly connected to AUD or JPY currencies, but indirectly it may affect because of the correlation among the currencies. Okay. Okay, Adam says, when I trade with KTS, my best prefer are mainly when I follow daily trend and not 4 hour. Is that normal? No, it's not normal. Whether you take the daily or 4 hour, the result should be the same. So maybe your psychology is a bit different. But that's good that you see patterns, that you do better on a daily time frame. So you simply take the daily time frame to follow and just ignore 4 hour. So yeah, I do use daily or 4 hours to follow. But you know, we are all different. Our psychology is different, and the way we enter trades, exit trades may be different too. So based on my strategy, whatever it works for you, just keep using it, because I think that's where the confidence will come. And so I don't really tell everyone to strictly follow my strategy. You can edit my strategy, you can revise my strategy, but the most important for me is this risk management and also the psychology management. If you keep these rules as a trend follower, then you should be fine in the long run. Okay, Nazmus says, doesn't losing emotion make a man better trader? Yeah, that's right. If you learn from your losing experiences, then yes. Yeah, but if you simply get frustrated without lessons from losing trades, then it might be a pure frustrations. Yeah, okay. Kyril, good to see you. Okay. John says, in this case, exit strategy would be when 4 hour, 1 hour Kijun go flat. Yeah, once you run the profits, then yes, that's right. Okay, James, AUDJPY entered on M15. Okay, so again, whenever you enter trades, please read the disclaimer. Make sure that your decisions are on your own. But I think it's good for lessons. So now the price is retracing, but in my mind, I don't feel anything because it happens. There are resistances on 90.66. So let's see if the market will be supported and goes up from here. If I take trades right now, then that's what I would think. Okay, John says that's a better mindset. You don't focus on profits, but rather than you focus on the stop loss, risk management, and losing side rather than winning. That's right. That's right. Yeah, so that's always that I think. I don't really think about what to do when the price goes towards my direction. Yeah, so like that you minimize your expectations and your emotions are in check as being emotionless. That's right, yeah. So I do have emotion, but when it comes to trading, then yeah, I have less emotion. Yeah. But I think it comes from experience. Before, when I was newbie, or when I was still losing trades, let's say I bought it here, and the market started to go back for the last 10 minutes. Then I thought, okay, my strategy doesn't work. I always got frustrated when I see the market retrace as soon as I enter trade. I thought I always buy on the top and sell on the bottom. I was thinking like that. But now I don't. Because my mindset here is that I'm following the daily trend. In this case, I'm following the 4-hour trends. So as long as 4-hour chart is having N waves like this, then I will be fine. And along the way up in the 4-hour, I know there has to be some retracements. So there is no market that continues to be up or that continues to be down. There has to be always ups and downs on any time frames. So with that mindset, even if I buy and then the market reverse, I don't really care because my view is still bullish this way. But with my exit strategy, my view is bullish. Oh, there's a big cannon. The end of fasting today. This is 6:47 p.m. I actually shared one video on my second channel today. I went down and went down to see the cannon fire. It was really loud and very nice experience. But anyways, yeah, so that's how I think. So now, even if I see some retracement, I don't